So yeah, I wanted to share a little story about me, and it connects to AstroCartography. I was talking about it on Instagram, if you follow me and you saw my story. So I was basically talking about how I ended up in London, even though it was the last city I ever, thought of going to. It was not on my wish list. It was not something I was manifesting. I actually lived in Los Angeles, studied fashion design there for almost 3 years. And then I did a study abroad in Paris back in 2010. And when I was in Paris, I could have easily taken the Eurostar to London, and I didn't, because I had literally zero desire, even though I did obviously know about, I loved London for many other reasons. I loved British music, I loved the Spice Girls, I loved Harry Potter. I was obsessed with Harry Potter when I was young. I just thought it was so magical and whatnot. But I always had this idea and vision that London was haunted, and that it was scary, and that it was gray and miserable, and I just did not want to really go there, even though there was a lot of things that I loved about the UK. So it was not really something that was on my wish or desire list, really. But and how this ties to astrocartography, I'll get to that in a second. So again, I was living in Paris in 2010, and I traveled around Paris a lot. I don't know why I do this, but when I'm in a city or country, I like to get to know that place very well. I don't branch, or I don't even know if that's a word. I don't go out to other places. And so when I was in Paris, I got to know Paris really, really well. And then I did take the train outside of Paris and went to the countryside around other parts of France, but not to other countries. I could have easily gone to Spain or London, or gone back to Italy or something, but I didn't do that. So anyway, and then I went back to LA to finish and graduate. And I decided then in 2011 that I wanted to study in Italy and to go back to my motherland. And I was looking at Firenze because they have an incredible design school there, l'Accademia Italiana. And I got accepted, and everything was going smoothly. The process, I was like, okay, I'm gonna go there. Now I have to look for an apartment. I was looking at all the apartments in Firenze, and they all gave me a bad vibe. Literally, it was this terror vibe that I kept getting from all of them. They all look haunted, they all look dark, they all look like they were just spooky, not good vibes. I was like, I don't want to go there. I'm not gonna fucking live in these places. No, I probably sound very posh and spoiled, and maybe I was, because in LA I had the most ridiculous apartment. The first year that I was in LA, I shared with other girls, but still we lived in a gorgeous apartment in the center of downtown LA. And then I ended up getting my own studio apartment, again in the same building, and it was fucking beautiful. That apartment building, had 2 pools, had a gym, sauna, everything. So of course I lived in luxury. And then when I lived in Paris, I also had a really nice flat. It wasn't super luxurious, but it wasn't bad either. So I lived good. I always have been taken care of financially, and I always lived really well. So when I looked at these apartments in Firenze, I was like, no way. This is not vibing for me. And so at the time I was dating an English guy. I was in a serious relationship with this English man. He was about, 35, I think, and I was 23. So actually, and I don't want to say he's the reason, because I think everything aligns for you the way it's meant to, and I think that it was already predestined and really part of the plan for me and part of my soul's journey. But I didn't really know much about astrocartography at the time. I realized this now, looking back and at my decision to not go to Firenze and canceled everything. And the reason why I never felt good about going there, even though at first my desire was to study in Italy, looking at my astrocartography charts, I have Pluto running right through Firenze towards Germany. And I thought to myself, when I looked at that, I was like, oh my goodness, no wonder I didn't go there. No wonder I had a last minute change, and something in me changed, and something in me was like, this is giving me bad vibes, don't go there. Who knows? For me, I'm Pluto ruled, so it could have maybe been a good experience through, I don't know, transformation for me. I don't know. I have no idea. The only thing I know is that Pluto isn't pretty energy. it's more scary, okay? And I'm a Scorpio, okay? So, but London and Paris run right on my Jupiter line, and Jupiter is obviously the planet of abundance and wealth and prosperity and all good fortune. So the best place, one of the best places to live and to study or whatever, is on your Jupiter line. And for me, that was London. So the fact that I canceled my trip or my journey to Florence, and then I ended up in London, even though that was the last place I wanted to go to, was literally divinely orchestrated, and it was so perfect. And I did not try to manifest it. I did not try to do any of what people tell you that you need to do. I don't know, I was open to it. I believed that I was abundant and that I expected the best, because I already had the best. I was studying at an incredible university for fashion design. I lived in luxury. And then what I experienced studying in Paris was also very high end. That I experienced things that many people have probably never experienced in their fashion design university or studies, right? And so I just was in that energy. So even in London, when I finally decided to study there, and I went through the whole process of looking for an apartment and everything, I ended up getting the most incredible apartments. And again, I didn't even try to manifest it. I just looked up a student accommodation in London, found this place called Nido at the time, and it was in Spitalfields, and they had a brand new building. And I just booked it. I don't normally do shared apartments or do roommates. I always lived alone, except for that one first year in LA. So for this, because I was gonna be in London for the first time, I decided to do a shared room for only a couple months. And what's it called? So I booked it, and the room that I ended up booking and that they gave me, mamma mia, I can't speak sometimes. This is what happens when you have like 4 different languages in your brain. Okay. The room that I got was on the 27th floor with a front view of the entire city of London. Oh my God, 23-year-old me, the one who did not want to go to London, the one who did not have that on her wish list, manifestation list, whatever, ended up getting the most incredible flat with the most spectacular view of the city of London. And that was just the beginning. That was just the beginning of many, many, many other good fortune and many other beautiful apartments that I had in London, and many incredible experiences. And in the time that I lived in London, I lived there for many years, was just so, I don't even know what word to use, just spectacular for me. It moved me, it shaped me, it transformed me, but in the most beautiful way. So I don't really believe that you have to manifest anything, really. you just have to stay open to your journey and be on that highest, vibration, frequency, that you believe that you deserve the best, that you believe that your dreams are coming true, that you believe, you really do, you feel it. Because I remember back then, that version of me was very confident, and she knew that she had a big purpose, and she knew that she deserved the best, and she was just, again, very open. I was just open to my journey, and all these things just came into my life. Even though I believe that it's part already of our soul purpose. It's already aligned. Of course, if you listen to the teachings of Kabbalah, there are many predestined destinies, if you understand what I'm saying. So maybe we have different books already written of our life, depending on what choices we make, and we align to whatever destiny or journey, depending. But I don't know. Mamma mia, I'm at the park, and it's a little hard to chat, but I'm gonna leave it here, because if not, it's gonna get a very long video, and then I'm gonna get into more complicated topics, and then I'm gonna have to just make another video. So anyway, hopefully you enjoyed that little story, and maybe it motivates you. Maybe right now you're in this place where you don't know what's coming, but trust me, it's good. It's very, very good. The universe, God, whatever you believe, has your back. Un bacio.